Alright, welcome once again. It's the NewMutator, and we have another interesting map here in game number 5 between Age and R3 here in the third round of the qualifying matches here. In the south, it's the Age team, this red team here, led by Aki. And Aki's I would say Aki is probably one of their better players for the Age team. I've seen him play in a number of games, and he tends to do fairly well. Kabuki, Ape, KAO, Ginga, and Terry the Kid will be joining in. So I'm curious to see if Aki is able to pull this one out. That'd be interesting because Age totally had the fourth game and ended up losing it to R3, who's taken the match 3-1 so far. Age came out swinging, took the first game, and lost the 3 in short order. Almost taking the fourth game though, and actually should have won had time not run out. But here in the north, facing Age will be R3, the white team here, led by Rat King, Kremisi, Scott Walker, Muse, and Asmo. And Scott Walker, I believe, is Honky. I believe. I may be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that is Honky there, substituting for the R3 team. So R3 has won the match and is just playing for points at this point. Now this is Assassin on the Great Divide. Great Divide is I really like the map actually. I think it's a pretty cool map. I just love this valley coming through the middle. It's just it's kind of cool. It's like the Grand Canyon of Myth here. Now the object is to take out these statues. There are these statues, and you can destroy them. They do not move, so you know, each team kind of has to defend them. There's Alric right there. Here's another statue over here. It's a bowman. Then over here there's another statue. It's a berserk. And then down here, you know, it's the same thing. Here's another Alric, so on and so forth. But that's a warrior there, not a bowman, and a heron guard. So interesting premise. You know, Assassin on the Great Divide has historically, we've seen some interesting games in competitive Myth tournament play. So Age trying to you know, put another win in their I don't know, what toolkit toolbox. I don't know. It seems like they're able to get a win in almost every match, but not quite take any matches yet. So you know, they're pretty much not going to win this match, but you know, I'd like to see them get another win if possible. So Aki telling his team Age what to do. Rat King is captaining for R3, so they're trying to come up with a strategy here. Play defensive for now, says Rat King, and scout well. Position to use archers and mortar dwarves. Let nothing behind. So basically, R3 is just going to post up along these ridges and make sure that nothing gets through to threaten their statues. Aki says heal whites, all defense, so another all defense kind of setup here for Age, but they're going to take pus, of course, and try to run in, and maybe they can sneak in somehow along these ridges here, and you know, hopefully get through the R3 defense and take out some of these statues here that cannot defend themselves, or monuments, I should call them. 5 decades Bronner ruled as longbow distance champion, his will besting the brute strength of men in their 20s. Legend says his last shaft still flies to this day. Pretty cool, pretty intense. What do you call it? What do you call the text? The text for this. Well, I can't think of it right now, but pretty cool. Texting. No, it's definitely not texting, but wow, you know, kind of adds to the epic feel. Losing my grasp on English, I apologize. When the great berserker leader saw the monuments The monument to his clan, his laughter rolled in the hills. Surely we are faster than that, and our spirit twice as great. So pretty witty there. Kind of adds to the world. So let's see what's going on here. I don't know, Terry the Kid able to escape certain doom. Muse trying to chase him down there, and Terry the Kid, I'm not sure what he's doing. He's trying to get them to run in to his his warlock here, I guess. But really, where it's at is excuse me, is right here along the western ridge. Who disobeyed orders? Rat King and Kremisi. Well, Rat King is the captain, so they're gonna run up and try to do some damage there. And Age keeping the defense on against Honky here. So Kremisi and Rat King are going to get up on the ridge here, which is going to be a nightmare for Age. Once a significant force like this is able to get up into their backfield, their defense is moot. So yep, they're going to be able to, and you know, from there they can run. There's a lot of places they can go. They can run in here, and that's going to peel their defense away. And there are only a couple of entries to these statues. 1, 2, 3 here for this statue. But you know, there are limited units as well defending. So that's not going to bode well for Age, having all of these units and able to slip through. And really it's going to come down to Kremisi's warlock here. But it looks like Ginga does give him some breathing room. So Kremisi is going to be able to respond. And there was a dud. So nothing happened there. Kremisi's going to try to run a goal in, a Puskul, to take out that mortar. His Puskul goes down and his warlock gets blocked at the same time, simultaneously. So sorry, Kremisi. Didn't look like that worked out very well for you. Let's see what's going on elsewhere. Not a whole lot. Everybody's just kind of in position and not really moving. Very static so far, letting that clock wind down until somebody breaks and decides to engage. So everything is resting on this exchange here. Kremisi taking a hit, blocking that mortar shot with his warlock. And here are a couple of Puskuls. Ape has 2 Puskuls kind of circling around. Kremisi's going to try to reposition. He didn't really like being where he was. And this map, there's a lot of space. So if you don't like where you are, you can always move. That's one thing I like about it. There's not a whole lot of things in the terrain blocking you, like rivers and stuff. There's always a lot of, you know, there's no real, I mean, there's choke points, but it's not like long corridors. And Aki able to save that warlock who is so close to death, is able to survive, however. So so far not much is all, you know, has happened all that much. It does look like Honky trying to rush these artillery units is going to lose a couple of herons here, and tries to get, ooh, and his own Puskul destroys his heron. He does come out worse for wear in that exchange. 95% to 89%. And Asmo, once again, he's sitting out. He's not taking any units for his team. So R3 is at a significant disadvantage here with a lot fewer players. But can Age, and it looks like Rat King loses all of his puzzles. That was unfortunate for Rat King. But looks like he will be able to take out this monument here. He needs to focus his herons on taking this out. And yes, he is able to do it rather quickly there. He needs to run away and save those herons to live and fight another day. And Kremisi needs to back off. Loses a heron there unnecessarily. So really, R3 is in a great position. It's 74% to 80%, but they have destroyed a monument, while Age is been playing a little bit timid here, and hasn't really been pushing all that much. You can see the east of R3 is uncontested. They are in the same position that they were to begin with, and which is good for R3, but not so good for Muse in particular. He's probably watching everything go down and being like, man, this is boring. So Age is going to try to contain this force that got in their backfield. And is able to clean up that mortar dwarf. But that's okay. You know, that just means that R3 can now just run around. And run around and be super irritating to the Age team. And they're sitting on another statue there, and they have another monument here. So I'm really not sure why. I mean, I guess I understand. This force, though, should be coming back here to defend, but instead I guess they are going to be on the offense. Not really sure what's happening with that. So Rat King is going to be pushed out of the backfield here. However, Kremisi will remain and keep up the pressure. And Rat King is actually trying to tell his teammates to help him, but Age here, Ape, will helpfully disengage, so Rat King will not be hounded until he dies. He's trying to warn his team, hey, there's incoming, but Ape isn't really going to be going in. He could have just followed Rat King all the way up and in and around, but he's going to be choosing to go up the hard way here, because Kremisi will be sending a mortar dwarf, a dwarven mortar, excuse me, to block him if he does decide to come up this way. So it looks like Kremisi will be chased down. Perhaps R3 is going to stop at 1. They are down in percentages, 67 to 73%, although Age is taking some damage here. They are down to 70%. So they did try to come up and were repelled. However, these goals are able to make it into the backfield. However, 2 goals, you might need a little bit more than that to take out some of these monuments. A pack of herons able to take it out with relative ease, however, as we saw earlier. So here we have the goals racing in to take out, trying to draw the fire into the monument, but not able to do a whole lot, and that goal is going to be taken out. This goal does have a pus, but it'll probably go down very shortly. Does toss it at the archers. Kremisi able to do some damage, does succeed there, but gets pussed almost immediately afterwards. So this is going to be a huge battle here between R3 and Age. Looks like R3 doing a pretty good job at keeping Age at bay. So pretty amazing work there. R3 is going to be able to come back and defend here. They may be able to take out the monument, but no, they're going to be engaged almost immediately by Rat King and Honky. Oh, and that was a fantastic shot by the Mortar Dwarf here of Honky, taking out all of those herons there and leaving that monument alive. So it still stands at 1 monument to 0. R3 is going to be able to defend here, it looks like, and keep this monument from being taken out and possibly take this game. There's only a minute remaining. Terry the Kid taking some damage. Yes, and I would call it prematurely in favor of, actually yes, R3, I'm just going to say it, R3 won this game. There's nothing Age can do at this point. They should have mobilized so earlier, and we saw that in the previous game. They just were not able to respond. They weren't able to react in time in order to capitalize on their gains and win. Here we can see they are down in percentages, but not by much. Obviously that West was undefended almost that entire time, and instead of coming up and just reacting to where R3 was and targeting one of these monuments, they just kind of waited here on their flag and defended and ended up taking the loss as a result. So Age taking the first game and losing the next 4. Let's take a look at these numbers here. Ape doing fairly well, 122 damage, 13 kills there. Was able to net positive ratios for his team. And Terry the Kid also with positive ratios there, 10 kills to 7 losses. But it was R3 here in the form of Rat King, Kramisi, and Honky, who were able to secure that assassin kill here out in the west by working together. Rat King doing really well, 22 kills for Rat King, 130 damage. Muse not doing a whole lot. He was posted up here in the east and just kind of on defense patrol. Didn't really see much action the entire game, and Asmo sat out altogether. So that's it for the QR3 matchup between R3 and Age. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next. This is the Myth World Cup 2012, and it's the NewMutator bringing all this action to you. We'll go ahead and see you for the next matchup in just a moment.